and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby IndyCarTim show. That show that you've chosen to like or download, or, hey, you're just here visiting. Whatever you're doing, we're glad you're here. I'm your host, Colby Sapp, along with one IndyCar Tim. What's up, Tim?
Colby, I'd like to welcome you into the clam. Just step inside, take a gander around.
Right.
Pick one that you like, and we'll roll from there.
Or not. If you'd like to communicate with us, of course, you can just comment down below on whatever place you're, doing this thing at. If you don't want to do that and you've downloaded this thing, then maybe look at our FanStream Sports text line, 214-937-0569. You can do that as well. So if you're listening to the recorded podcast and you're not with us live, we still love you.
Bet a little bit less.
Right. But you're still a part, and we'd like for you to be a part, so use the text line. And that's how you do that. Now, there's been some news today come out, Tim, in the world of, your mystery shotgun sort of area.
I know, because I sent it to you.
You did.
I look at stuff.
I actually saw this before because the internet was kind of pissed off a little bit about it.
Right.
So those that are interested, by the way, can you turn my headphones up a little bit more? I appreciate it.
Better?
Yes. Those that are interested in this, myself, maybe a little bit of Tim, but my daughter Blaze and my son Cole, this has got their interest. Is the Crow remake and/or reboot, as it's going to be the same character as Brandon Lee portrayed in the first Crow. So you're going to have Eric along for the ride. It will be, of course, not played by Brandon Lee. But instead,
why not?
Well, he passed.
What year was that, dude? That was
the same year that the movie came out.
So early 90s?
Yeah.
Okay. Tragic death.
Yes, not cool, because he was on his way to be doing things.
He was. I liked him.
I definitely thought he was on his way. I even watched a movie with him and Dolph Lundgren where they ate sushi off of naked women.
I mean, we've all done that.
Right. So, but so they're making the screenshots came out of what the new Crow is going to look like. By the way, this is why did I forget his name? The guy that played Pennywise. Forgot, and his brother's in everything.
Skarsgård?
Yeah. So
which Skarsgård was that? I forgot. It's Tom?
Is this Bill?
Lamont?
Crap. Anyway, I thought this was a great casting call, just because he's almost got the
Bill Skarsgård, by the way.
Yes, he's got the look of, just like, I would almost say decadent evil is just the way his face kind of, that's what it generates for me. So picking him to play the Crow was, all right, cool. Those that don't know, I had Tim go ahead and load up the what the Crow looks like as
you ready for this?
Brandon Lee, what he looked like in the comics, and then, of course, what the new look is. And the internet's kind of upset. So that's what Eric looked like in the comic books. This is what, of course, in the middle, there's Brandon Lee. And there's Skarsgård's Crow. And what people are upset about is the same things that I heard when we first started seeing what Jared Leto's Joker was going to look.
Right.
Is, what are you doing? What is this?
Why do you have to deviate?
What, I mean, if you look at even how, the character looks as far as in compared to the comics to what Brandon Lee's Crow looked like, that's spot on.
Yeah, it's very similar, yeah.
That is spot on. He's, his shirt's ripped up, everything. I mean, this is
The hair.
Yes, and then now you have this is the again, this is not a different Crow character. This is the same story as you got to witness in the first Crow movie is being redone. And that's what he looks like.
Huh.
Now this could be a good movie. This could be something that could be really, really good because I know that this particular Skarsgård is a good actor.
Sure.
He's really good at what he does. And he looks like a menace. Mm-hmm. If that's just what you're going for, because that's what, the Crow is to the people that he needs to go, get vengeance on. That's what he is. But, dude, I think the most upsetting thing is, you can cut back to us. I think the most upsetting thing about this for me is not the tattoos. It's not why can't that man grow his hair out? Because that's one of the things.
I think in Hollywood they have this thing called wigs.
Right. I don't know, CGI some hair, whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do. But that's to me is one of the big calling cards for this character was it's always was the jet black long hair for this particular Crow. There's been other Crows that have had different hairstyles, whatever, but for this one, he's a rocker, right?
So you said some people are a little put off by this. Are you one of those people?
I am. You know what? There is one thing that I did learn, and I've kept this in my brain, was back when we first were figuring out that Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker, and all of the vitriol that came about for him having that character, and then what we got, which was, just the total epic performance that we got. I've learned to keep my mouth shut until I see something.
Right.
But I didn't actually this is not what I would have done. Just like the recent trailer for Borderlands, the video game that came out, and it's a good trailer, but there's one song that dude, just play that with the freaking trailer because that's the song everybody knows for that video game. They know Cage the Elephant, play that effing song. This, I think the hair does mean something. Just that change.
Because it's one of the identifying marks of the character.
Right. And to not do that, it does. It irks me. It's like, how did it make it this far without somebody going, yeah, but why doesn't Eric have long hair? What did we screw up? Why are we doing it this way? I understand reinventing. I understand, what would be the best right now, all that. But just don't have to deviate all over the place. This is one of the times where you just go, hey, what do the people want? Not let's decide what the people want. Just in a couple instances, do what the people want. And if you're wanting the Crow fandom that are, the cult following that maybe they're not into the comic books. Maybe they just like that movie so much they just want it to be honored right. Then honor it right. You can still tell your story. The look of the character doesn't, I guess, change as much. But you can do other things to make the movie, yours. Cool. But if you're going after that crowd, then go after them. I guess that's the part I don't understand. Will I still see this movie? Of course I will. But, hey, man, don't F it. Just go with it.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't need to be tweaked, right? Like, you could have just done it the way it was meant to be done.
Now, that being said, the return fire on that would be, well, then why are they doing it at all anyway? I mean, the movie was perfect back then.
I mean, that's a valid argument, too.
It is, until you go try to watch the movie again and realize most of the CGI looks like somebody ran Vaseline across the screen. Because they did, to try and hide a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the effects were just blurred cameras.
Well, because they were dealing with his death and stuff and trying to finish the movie.
Also that,
yeah.
and also a budget, and also they weren't able to do everything they wanted to do as technically, because you just couldn't do that at the time.
Right.
So.
No, and I mean, I get the reason to remake it, to reboot the franchise. I mean, it's 30 years later now, so that's
Right.
about the cycle, right? When they start redoing stuff.
Actually, this is really late.
It's really late. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right in some cases. But, it's just do it right. Just don't mess it up. You get one shot at this. Don't mess it up.
Right.
It's like if they redid Back to the Future or something, and the Marty McFly character was a girl or something. Like, just don't jack with it.
True. In that instance, yes. I am one of the people that would have been, well, okay, so you're just going to reverse all the gender roles on this? Okay, if you do it for everybody and the story makes sense, I'm okay with it.
Right.
I'm all right. But you don't have to.
It's not necessary.
It's not.
I don't get it.
It's not necessary. Well, you know what? And then now, you suck. Because now I get the you don't get it thing.
See?
Every other time you've said that.
That I don't get it?
I've just been like, what is there to get? There's nothing to get. What are you trying to get? But
Now
right
you know.
Right now, I guess I just aged 2 years. Or 10.
You've grown up a lot in the last 12 minutes, Colby.
Man.
Right here on the clam.
Right here on the clam. Other thing real quick that kind of piqued my interest, and I'll ask you guys. I know I'm stealing a segment from one LA Live, but he posted on Facebook a little question, and he does this for his LA Live segment where he posts a question to Facebook and then he brings the answers up, and it's a great thing. We tried to do it on this channel a couple of times on this podcast, and everybody forgets to write something down. So
Yeah, they don't know things.
or I ask too broad of a question,
Right.
What,
They don't understand.
right? I just just ask me anything hasn't worked out because nobody has anything they want to ask me. I guess I should ask everybody, hey, what's your favorite condiment?
Ask me about my pants,
Yeah, ask me about my wiener.
Mark.
So, but he did ask this, and I asked you in the pre-show meeting what yours was, and you can comment down below if you have yours or if you've already put the answer in on one Alex Alexander or Lucius Alexander's. Excuse me, man, I dated myself.
Sure did. And him.
Yeah, that's right. One Lucius Alexander's Facebook post, and you've already put that up there. Cool. But, by the way, G-Bag Nation, you can hear them every afternoon on 105.3 The Fan. Shameless little plug because there's no shame. But he asked everybody, what's your go-to or favorite struggle meal? And I asked you this, and you had the most blandest.
Why is that bland?
Given answer because your answer was, what was your answer, Tim?
Goulash, Colby.
Your struggle meal is goulash. And that's,
Okay, first of all, give your definition of a struggle meal so everyone knows what we're talking about.
okay, so struggle meal is you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of food. You're out on everything, and it's one of those times where it's like you're making a bologna sandwich, but it's just 2 pieces of bread and meat, and you don't even have the condiments, right? So you're lacking. You've got to go to the store. You may have peeled some change out of the couch in order to pick up the items for this particular meal,
Or maybe stolen from your kids.
right? Cracked open a piggy bank or two, and mine is. One of mine that my go-to is just the canned chicken and rice because it's like $2 for a can of chicken, and if you don't have instant rice at the house or just basmati rice or whatever your rice of choice is, then you scrape together $2 to $3 and you get enough rice to cover that. So you're looking at like $5
Right.
besides the seasonings and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
Right.
So, and yours is you're emptying out everything in your refrigerator, throwing it into just a regular pot,
Yep.
and then throwing it in the oven.
No, I make it on the stove.
You make goulash on the stove.
Yes. How else would you make goulash? In the microwave?
In the oven.
You bake goulash?
Yes.
I've never done that before. Like baked ziti? Like you make it on the stove, then put it in a pan, and then
Depending on how thick the noodles are.
I just use elbow macaroni in my goulash.
Oh, well, then that's just going in the oven. They'll get done.
All right. We do it completely different. I put in.
My goulash ends up looking like macaroni lasagna.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that before in my life.
So wait, so you're making a stew? You're making goulash stew?
I mean, no, it's not a stew.
You're making goulash soup.
No, it's not soupy. It's like, I don't know, like spaghetti, I guess. It's not runny. It's not runny or anything.
How do you serve it? On a plate or in a bowl?
Either one. You can do either one.
So it's optional.
Yeah. I usually eat most of my dishes in a bowl. So I would probably put mine in a bowl.
So it's a thick and hearty stew.
It's a thick and hard, yeah. So it's ground beef, corn, macaroni, pasta. And depending on how much you're struggling, I'll do rotel in it. I'll do stewed tomatoes in it. I'll do just all the spices and the ground beef. It's not runny like a soup. It's just you're mixing it up, cooking it in a pot.
Do you require a slice of bread on the side in order to pick up the soppins?
No. Oh,
So
but that sounds good. I would do that.
it holds together well.
Yeah.
But it won't form like an actual like brick.
Yeah.
It will
Probably
form-
would. Like if I scooped it out with one of those ice cream scooper things I could probably make a perfect, but like a rice mountain or something with it.
I think most of everybody knew what ice cream scooper thing was, and you didn't.
But I
have
had
to
to go.
You didn't have to. It's like, yeah, I was on a bike. Ring ring.
Okay, look, you and I think you're taking for granted how dumb some of our listeners are. Okay,
I think they're incredibly smart.
don't oversell them. They're listening to us. All 18,000 of you every week that tune in, we appreciate you very much.
Right.
And you're not dumb; just have dumb ideas.
No.
So yeah, that's my goulash, because I always have ground beef. If I don't have ground beef, then I really can't cook anything, and I got to go to the store anyway.
Okay.
I always have rotel. I always have some sort of pasta, either the elbow macaroni, the rotelli, the tubes, whatever, or spaghetti, of course. Like I always have some of that. Always. It's stewed tomato, like all the canned stuff. I mean, I always keep that stocked up pretty well.
Okay. So basically, what you described is just a poor man's spaghetti with the elbow noodles.
I mean, I'm not putting corn or rotel in my spaghetti, probably.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, my recipes for spaghetti and for this are not very different. So I could see that, yeah.
All right. Well, now that we've had our struggle meal discussion, and I can't believe we just killed about 5 minutes about goulash talk.
That's what we do here, Colby.
Apologize to everybody if you were not expecting that, and if you were, I don't know, you should stop expecting things.
Goulash talk.
But now it is time for me to toss the way of controlling the show over to Tim for him to tell you, hey, what day is it today?
Thank you, Colby. Appreciate that very, very much as we get into what day is it right here on The Clam. Welcome into
They're going to start calling this show The Clam.
a Wednesday edition of The Clam right here on FanStream Sports. I love that. Didn't know how much I loved that until just now. I do love me some clams. Colby, today is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday?
February 20. So you're a Wednesday, not a Wednesday. Do you say all the days that end in Y is a D? Like you just rule out the A on all of them?
Thursday?
Friday?
Friday?
Monday?
No, Friday's Friday.
Friday is day.
Yeah.
Like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Saturday?
What about Monday?
Sunday?
Go through the days of the week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Why are they different?
Because they are Saturday, Sunday.
I don't get it. Why are they different? They're spelled the same.
I don't know how I talk. I just do it.
You know, it's funny. So my dad, from East Texas as well, like every day was a D. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Now,
Sunday.
it's Friday. You know why it's Friday? It's because Dan O'Malley.
Oh,
It's because of Dan O'Malley.
okay.
Because he would go, it's Friday. And he would
Okay.
extend it. And from then on out.
Okay.
And he did that even when we were doing the late night show on the Fan.
Right.
When it was Friday, it was Friday.
Because you can't really go Friday. It's just not the same effect.
I mean, you
though.
can. It just doesn't work.
Doesn't work quite as well, does it? Colby, today, National Chocolate Souffle Day. D. Souffle D, maybe.
No, day is day. It's never
Okay,
a D.
if it's the day,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I got you. Have you ever had any kind of souffle? Like, it looks like souffles are just cupcakes.
Souffles are a little different than that. I mean, they're lighter. They're not my favorite thing.
It doesn't look, I mean, it just looks like a cupcake.
I mean, people think they're great.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, if you offer it to me, I'm going to eat it.
Sure.
But I'm not going to go out of my way to make a souffle.
What about, thank you for that, by the way.
Uh-huh.
What about National Pancake Day?
I love some pancakes.
Colby, I've been told I make the best pancakes some young ladies have ever had for breakfast that morning.
You ever made... Oh, never mind. I think I'm the only one that was stupid enough to do that.
What's that?
Biscuit pancakes.
I made potato pancakes, though, before. Like with old mashed potatoes.
Where you make your biscuit dough so big that it just...
Roll it out.
And you get it a little flatter than normal, and it makes a pancake. You
No,
get
but I
about,
can see. I've never done it, but I can see it.
put about 2 of them together, and you mix your sausage gravy in, and then occasionally you do a little maple syrup.
Huh. You know what? I might have to try that.
It's pretty good. It's also probably the most calories you're going to, consume in one sitting.
There's no question. Colby, how about National Car Keys and Small Change Day?
Why do they need a day?
Take the passenger seat as we navigate through the fascinating history behind this one-of-a-kind holiday. I feel like they just picked something generic out of Wikipedia and put it under Car Keys and Small Change Day.
Well, that day,
Yeah, I don't really get it either.
that day sucks.
Okay, this is going to be your favorite day, Colby.
Is it?
It's National Floral Design Day. You appreciate a good floral design, don't you?
No.
No? Okay, I want you to gaze into my eyes and tell me that you don't like floral designs.
I don't like.
That wasn't a gaze. That was a stare.
I don't like floral designs.
What about Global Scoose Day?
What the?
Global Scoose Day.
You know what?
You know what that is? I don't know what that is.
No, I don't. But you know what my brain just told me it was?
What?
A front wedgie. You give somebody a scoose. It's where you tug on the front of their underwear. Give them a front wedgie.
Look, I'm not tugging on the front of anybody's underwear.
And just
Unless
That's-
she's really cute.
now that's the answer to what is a scoose, everybody. If you listen to this show, the answer to what is a scoose is giving somebody a front wedgie.
And that's what we're sticking to. So go give everyone that you know a front wedgie right now.
It's World Scoose Day.
But before you do, you have to gaze into their eyes.
Wish you'd stop that.
Stop gazing? What are we going to stop gazing for?
Just look like a normal person.
Colby, it is National Inconvenience Yourself Day. What?
Why?
I don't know. Like, why are we doing
enough
that?
Other people in my life feel that without me trying to do it too.
All right. I mean, I'm right there with you. Don't understand. We're going to inconvenience ourselves. I do that every day because I got 11 children. They're all an inconvenience for myself.
Right.
Colby, today...
I mean, whenever you ask somebody to do anything extra than what they were already doing, you have now inconvenienced them. Whether they're nice about it and do it or whatever,
Yep.
still the answer is, did you yes, you did. Because it wasn't convenient for them to stop what they were doing to go handle whatever the hell you need done.
Colby, today is International, so now we're going around the world for this,
International Scoose Day?
International Repetitive Strain Injury Awareness Day.
Be aware, if you keep lifting that box in a certain manner, that someday it's going to strain something.
Yeah, and you probably deserve it. International Repetitive Strain Injury Awareness Day.
And even if you follow the training video that you watched during orientation, which I think most Asian America, we need to change orientation to something else. But just, follow along. But even if you lift like with your knees your whole entire life, yeah, that's probably going to save your back, but at some point your knees are going to hurt. because you're going to strain them.
I know somebody whose knees hurt after yesterday. Colby? I mean, it was carpet. Today is National Customized Wheel and Tire Day.
Have you ever given a shit about that?
Oh, my God, yes.
Like, gone out and buy, like, expensive rims and stuff for your vehicle?
In the early 90s, dude, I was all about the custom rims and tire. And this is before you really had, like, low-profile tires, right?
Right.
But, like, I had several, like, lifted 4x4s that, dude, I had to have the hottest wheels and the biggest, baddest tires. My wife's car back in the early 90s, the first thing I did before I drove it off the lot is I had custom wheels and tires delivered to the dealership, and they installed them before I even picked up the car. Just
never think about it.
I get it. Like, now I don't give a crap. But back then, dude, it was like, yeah, no, I'm not driving that car. Look at those steel wheels with the hubcaps. What the hell? Can't have hubcaps on your car. That's a sign of poverty.
Is it?
And give up. I mean, I don't know if it is. I mean, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Especially nowadays, because literally every car comes with alloy wheels.
Every time somebody says the word hubcap, I'm reminded of sitting in the car with my first wife as she's driving. And she takes a turn, and I remember us hitting something, and I remember looking in front of us as we are getting passed by our own hubcap.
I knew where that story was going before you even said it.
And my brain goes, I think that's our hubcap.
Wait, why was she even driving? That's my question.
It's
not right.
Yeah.
Women shouldn't drive.
Wow.
Colby, it's National Essay Day. Not essay!
That's where my brain went.
¿Qué pasa, pinche vato?
That's where my brain went. But yeah.
Oh, it's Essay Day. Join us as we explore the power of essay writing.
I was actually always a fan when the teacher ended up saying you have to write an essay.
Me too, because it was easy for me.
Yeah, all you had to do was just keep writing words until they stopped wanting to read them.
Yeah. Write a 5,000-word essay. All right. Do they have to be all different words, or can they be the same word?
They would say write a 5,000-word essay, but if you've ever heard me talk about anything, I can keep going even when my knowledge of the subject has stopped. I can keep going, and I will make you either want to keep listening, or if I choose to, I can make you want to go away.
Right. Colby, it is also National Public Sleeping Day. Not public speaking, as I originally read this earlier today, but apparently it is National Public Sleeping Day.
Sleeping in public.
It has a picture of a lady sleeping on a bus. Like, there is no way I'm sleeping on a bus. Like, I don't know any of these people.
If you're super tired, I guess so. I don't think I'd have a problem with it.
Can I take my pants off?
Do you take your pants off to nap?
Yeah. You don't?
No. I'm taking a nap.
Yeah. I can't have clothes on.
I sometimes don't take my shoes off. I just lay down and take a nap.
I don't wear shoes in the house. I wear socks, but I don't wear shoes.
Like they're all stacked up at the front door?
No, they're in my room by my bed. For when I want to put them on, that's wherever they fell off when I got home drunk the night before. But I don't wear shoes around the house.
Okay. Whatever. I don't know how to combat that because I don't
think you have to. It's just a personal choice. You're allowed to have yours and be wrong, and I'm allowed to have mine and be right. Colby, it's National Science Day, another thing you don't give a crap about.
I like science.
Oh, that's right. But you hate documentaries about science.
Well, just let me read it. Shut up.
You don't want to watch it?
I don't want to see. I don't like documentaries because they take forever to actually tell you that little tidbit they've been hinting at for the past 45 minutes.
Okay, that's not true.
You're
watching the wrong documentaries.
And that's when she said this spectacular announcement.
Okay, there's not going to be a documentary about a person saying a sentence. And if there is, you shouldn't watch it anyway. Colby, it's National Time Refund Day. Because tomorrow is Leap Day year.
Okay,
yeah.
Because by the way, there's parts of New Zealand that didn't get paid because their computers couldn't compute.
Oh, is that right?
Leap, yeah.
So it's Y2K for them, huh?
Yeah, it's Y2Pay for them.
Boom, 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 boom. Colby, it's U.S. Snowshoe Day, which apparently we're going to need to handle up on that next week here in DFW, right?
Right. Apparently,
Let's get snow.
we're supposed to get snow.
It was 94 degrees yesterday.
Right.
And we're getting snow next week. It's awesome.
March.
It's awesome. Colby, it is, and this confused me. Got to bring the music down for this.
Oh, uh-oh.
National Vegan Lipstick Day. Is this for your dog that won't eat meat?
Well, like, isn't most lipsticks made of, like, the animal parts they don't use on anywhere else?
I don't know. I thought they were made out of lipstick stuff.
Well, that is lipstick stuff.
That was like a cosmetic. And
Like, if you were hard up for food, maybe just eat a tube of lipstick.
Careful. Here, right here on the clam.
Right here on the, actually don't do that, not unless it says non-toxic on the package. Then I guess if you're real hard, if it says toxic, don't eat it.
I just didn't know that we needed such
We're
things.
not going to offer up that you actually do eat the ones that say non-toxic on it. How about that, just in case?
Not anymore.
Wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Colby, we're transition now into the.
I wonder if vegan lipstick like still gets on your teeth.
I don't know, but there's nothing less attractive to me than a woman with lipstick on her teeth.
Oh no, there's plenty of things that are less attractive than that.
I mean, like, man, I don't know. That makes me gag a little bit. And also, you know what else I don't like? And this is weird. Not a lot of dudes will understand this or agree with it. Probably you. I don't like the bright red lipstick on a chick.
Oh, it depends.
I just don't. I don't like them wearing those either.
No, it just depends on like their what else is going along with it. Like, it doesn't always work.
Like the most I was ever okay with this was in the Robert Palmer video, "Addicted to Love."
Yeah, that was a little much because like all of them looked the same. It was weird. A weird sex fetish was happening right there on the video.
It's like, did I drink a lot? Is there just one girl behind him, or is there four?
Is he going to sledgehammer all of them?
It's not the same guy. That's good though. I like where you were going with that. Colby, it's time to transition now. So go ahead and transition if you want. Did you have something you need to put on? Is there a wig or a dress as you transition?
I think I'm good.
It's time for the Colby IndyCarTim Sports Report right here on the Clam.
Right here.
The Clam? I gotta have some signage made.
You did have a big, like, regular season night last night for both of your teams.
Ooh, in different ways.
In different ways. You did have a big night. Well, you were having, it was almost like proving ground night for your Dallas Mavericks and your Dallas Stars.
And they both failed.
With the Mavericks, the ending was not great. Unless you're a Cleveland Cavalier fan, then you thought that was the greatest thing you've seen for a little bit. Don't get it twisted. The Cleveland Cavaliers are a good team. Are
they? Because I literally know. Are they a playoff team?
Yes.
Okay.
They're a good team, and that's the reason why it was a test, because you were going into their building, and way that things have been going for the Dallas Mavericks of late is that they are either going to win by 10 or lose by 15. Right? That's pretty much, and a lot of these have been win by 10.
Yeah.
That's been the streak that they're on. After the trade that they've made, this team has looked like a contender, like somebody that's going after, going to make an appearance in the Western Conference Finals. That's what this team kind of looks like. But you were wanting to see what would happen if you go into a place and you're on the road and you're going up against a good team. How would you look? And for the most part, during that game, you looked kind of like what I was hoping you would look like. You were keeping. There were some lull spots, but that's basketball, right? The end score was going to be there was just as much on your side as it was theirs, and being on a opposing court, even though it was a regular season game, it was kind of like, all right, this means something. Very few NBA games mean something, but to come up short at the very end, that was a little bit of a toughie.
So for those of you that don't know and have been living under a rock, or you don't watch the X or anything like that, the Mavericks suffered what can only be described really as a heartbreak last night as they watched Cleveland Cavalier Max Strus give his team a 121-119 win I've got the video here. It's in totally dramatic fashion with a 60-foot heave from beyond half court as time expired. It's the second longest game-winning shot in the NBA since the three-point line was introduced in, what was that, 77, 78?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, 79.
Keep going. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it was I think 78 or 79 is when that started. I mean, I remember before they had it. You know why the NBA has the three-point line?
Because it's cool.
Because it was in the ABA.
Yep.
So, yeah, when they merged some of those teams, they brought it over because they thought, hey, that's a good idea. Let's do that. So, Colby, let's take a look. Well, I did have it. Why do I not have it? Oh, I do have it right here. Here we go. As we bring our music down. Let's take a look at this.
Shot. Kleba has that tip by Mobley, but Doncic gets it back. Doncic dumps inside Washington, puts it in.
That's a great pass, by the way.
Left. The Cavs are out of timeouts. They have to go 94 feet. Strus from midcourt. Oh!
Ridiculous.
Do you believe this? Whoa!
Dude, that's just ridiculous.
It is.
Max Strus.
It is. That's going
From
in.
midcourt.
Everybody else is just
Has
waiting for
won
it to
it
bounce off the back
for the Cavaliers.
Like,
So you
in
know
every
that-
other game that happens to him.
Call up.
And you know what? I'll give Luka a little bit of credit because he publicly. We'll leave it up so everybody can watch
Max
the replay, watch the video. But
late in his fourth
Luka
quarter,
publicly after the
hit
game
4
blamed himself.
threes
He goes, "No, man,
in the
this
span
game
of
is
just
all on
over
me.
a minute."
I didn't fight.
And this
you
is
watch
what
it
he
here on the
does.
replay.
At the end
I'm
of the
impressed
ball
with the
game,
defensive
the
effort by
Cavs needed to
Luka.
go all the way
Like,
in
at
2
that point
seconds.
right there that he even
Strus
tried to
from
contest it,
well
right?
behind
Right.
midcourt.
And he just said, man, I didn't press him enough. I should have pressed him more. Well,
Perfect.
in retrospect, yes.
Can you believe that?
But I don't know that anybody expects you to do anything more than that right there. You didn't know he was going to pull up and take the
Just
60-foot
sit back
jumper.
and enjoy it,
You
Cleveland.
think he's going to try to carry it past half
He
court
was
and get closer and
red
take the shot,
hot
right?
down the
Well,
stretch.
yes. Now what?
Strus for the
Luka should've
jugular,
done is what he
and the
said he should've
Cavaliers
done.
win the game.
In the moment, he didn't do anything. He didn't do nothing, right?
Right.
He still went up and tried to defend the shot. Once he, his brain goes, "This is happening,"
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't.
And by the way, let's take a look at Luka's line. You know I'm very critical of Luka, right? I mean,
Yes.
everybody that knows me knows that. Dude, he put up 45 points on 17 of 29 shooting. He had 9 rebounds, 14 assists. And maybe the most surprising line of his stats were 1 turnover.
No, it's been his game has been this. Most of this season has been really good. Now there's been an adjustment.
Sure.
To the new players. It's been adjustment to, working in how him and Kyrie work. But that's been now working once you've gotten your big guys kind of solidified. And it's really what's, come about with his team.
Yeah.
So
No other player in the history of the league has ever had a stat line like that, according to Basketball Database. So with those numbers.
I mean, it's something that we all as Luka fans, and I don't point at you, but I point at me. We're getting used to that.
Yeah, which is bad.
Where he's just, oh yeah, and Luka did an amazing thing again. Oh yeah, cool.
I mean, I feel like this is just one of those situations where, dude, you play that close, it comes down to a shot like that. Cleveland had, as you heard on the broadcast, Cleveland had no timeouts.
Right.
This was literally their only option. And dude, Strus didn't bank it in. He didn't rattle it in. It didn't barely go in. Dude, it was nothing but the bottom of the net.
It was a complete heart piercer.
And sometimes, as they say, it's better to be lucky than good. And in this situation, I think they were both, man. I mean, they were Strus, and I don't know that much about Max Strus, but dude, just for him to pull that off. And as Luka said after the game, full credit to him for pulling it off. And I mean, there's nothing else you can say. The Mavs, if they want to be down about losing the game, I get it. You lost. But don't blame yourself because of that last shot there. And I didn't watch the entire game because it's on Bally's, and I can't watch Bally's.
Right.
But there were probably other areas where they should have done better in the game. And blame that. I don't know what the rebounds were. Possibly blame not rebounding well enough for losing the game. But don't blame the loss on that last shot. That's not the case.
No, that is definitely not. The Stars didn't. Well, we don't even really need to talk about it a whole lot. They lost.
But, yeah, and again, I'll go back to this, and I've been trying to keep up with the Mavericks as much as I could. I still don't think they're in, man. I don't see it.
The Mavericks?
Yes. Where are they in the standings? Are they last in the West?
No, they are not. Hold on a second. I'll give you the exact.
Just because they're as they are
eighth right now.
They're eighth, dude. 33-25. 8 games back of them. Man, wait, how did the Timberwolves and the Thunder get good? I thought they were terrible.
No, but you're 7-3 in your last 10 games.
Yep.
The teams above you are 5-5 and 6-4 in their last 10 games, and you.
But look at the team behind you.
It's the Warriors.
The Warriors are 8-2 in their last 10.
I think this team is built better for the playoffs. You just need to and I don't think they're not going to make the playoffs. Even with it being 8 seed, I don't think that. I think they are going to, make a good run.
What's the play-in? Is that 10-9 or is that like 9-8? Who plays in the play-in game?
I think 8 is involved in the play-in game. Now you get asking.
I know. See, I feel like these are things I should know. The winners, the 7 and 8 seed, I guess is what the play-in tournament is.
Right.
So, yeah. So, there you go.
So, I mean, you make it to the 6th seed.
Which I don't know if you can.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, bud. So, around the corner, around the bend, we are going to be doing a little bit of good, bad, and ugly. We've also got a list for you guys, as I found shower thoughts that we all need to discuss.
I need a shower.
Yeah, after that. So that's all coming up next. And if you're ready for me to say, on the Colby IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Hello, sports fans. Fan Stream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports, a.k.a. The Clam. Colby.
That's right. And to pull back the curtain a little bit, we just had an important business call about stuff going on, so that's the reason why you had a little bit longer commercial break.
Yeah, we apologize.
We apologize for all that. Now to reinstall the curtain.
Yeah, please close it again. We don't need anything else exposed here.
That's right. No more exposure. I almost said exposure.
Northern exposure?
That's right. As we transition greatly into the good, bad, and the ugly. This is that segment to where I go through all the people that were born today. And I then pick out the people that are famous enough to make my list. And then I make a list. And I offer them to you guys along with me and Tim as we decide, each of us, on our own accord, who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. And starting off today, all I want to do is race, Daddy, is 84 years old, Mario Andretti. I had to say it with the NASCAR accent just because I wanted to.
I mean, he did race the Daytona 500.
So
he's also an F1 world champion and an IndyCar champion.
Man,
so.
I wish they'd treat those races a little better and just being like, F it.
What?
F1 race, F the other one.
Oh, I see what you're doing. F1, F the others.
Yep, that's right. Turning 58 years old today, and he's the owner of the first touchdown dance that actually registered with my sports brain, Icky Woods.
That's your first memory of a touchdown dance?
The one that actually registered with my sports brain.
Not Dallas Cowboys great Butch Johnson with the California Quake?
No. It was the Icky Shuffle.
Oh,
it was the first one that my brain goes, hey.
That's weak.
He does that thing every time.
It's like 1988.
Yes.
Well, I guess you were, 11?
11.
Damn it, I forgot you were a baby.
I was 11 in 88.
All right. So you don't remember watching 70s Cowboys?
No, I don't remember. I mean, I remember them being on.
Yeah.
I don't remember much else.
Butch Johnson. That's why I always wore 86 in my football days for Butch Johnson and the California. I used to do that when I'd score touchdowns.
The California Quake.
Yeah, and the Quake.
And the Quake. It's a thinner pancake version of the California.
It's a rolled out biscuit.
Yeah, it's a California crepe.
We're stupid.
Passed away in 2011. One Bubba Smith.
Holy crap! I didn't know he died. I guess he'd be like 100 now, huh?
Bubba Smith.
So my Bubba Smith memories, of course, are not from him playing football.
It's Police Academy.
Police Academy and the Miller Lite commercials.
Yeah.
And then he was in so wasn't him and Dick Butkus, I'm going to have to look this up. I think they were in a TV series together that was trying to piggyback off of the success of Airwolf.
Were they?
Do you have a memory of this as well, like in the 80s?
No.
I swear to God.
Because the only helicopter shows I remember was because Blue Thunder was before Airwolf, right? It was Blue Thunder, and then Airwolf came along, and then everybody forgot that Blue Thunder existed.
Was it before? It might have been before.
Because it was like 4 guys crammed in a helicopter that went and did stuff to help the nation or whatever.
Right.
And it was a special helicopter, and it was nowhere near as cool as...
Oh, so, dude, they were on Blue Thunder.
They were on Blue Thunder?
Yes, Dick Butkus and Bubba Smith were on Blue Thunder together.
The fact that I knew the name of the crazy thing that you were... I thought that was first.
See, I remembered Blue Thunder, too, but I didn't know if that's the show they were on. James Ferrantino was on it.
Right.
One of my favorite actors from, like, the 70s and 80s. Dana Carvey was on it.
Yeah, no, they had a good crew, but nobody was going to...
I didn't know Dana Carvey was on it.
Nobody's going to beat...
1984 is when that started. So it probably was before Airwolf, because I don't think Airwolf wasn't on until later.
Right. But, I mean, when you've got Mermaid Man and Stringfellow Hawk going off to save the spy world...
They came out the same year.
Well, one was, I remember seeing commercials for one and being like, that's pretty cool. And then I saw Airwolf and I was like, never mind, that's not as cool.
As a matter of fact, Airwolf came out first. Airwolf came out in January. Blue Thunder came out in April.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just several months apart. So, but there you go. Dude, I had no freaking idea that Dana Carvey was on that show with Bubba Smith. And Dick Butkus.
Their helicopter just wasn't as cool.
And Dana Carvey was doing church lady, probably flying the helicopter.
Is it Satan?
Satan? Well, isn't that special?
Dean Smith passed away in 2015.
Basketball?
Uh-huh.
UNC?
That's right.
I don't know that I knew he died either. Wow. It's not keeping up with deaths, Colby.
And he had to make the list because, well, he was part of that Texas Rangers team, or else he wouldn't have made the list because of how much antacid I had to take in order for him to be out on the pitching mound.
Oh, no.
One of Aroldis Chapman is 36 years old. He's only 36.
I mean, that seems old to me. I didn't know he was that old.
Oh, but I feel like he's been pitching forever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, he gave me some Tums moments.
Right. Tums.
Or Rolaids or whatever your favorite commercial was in that day.
Turning 67 years old today, and one of those guys, you know it's a good movie because this guy's in it. John Turturro.
Dude, everything he touches turns to gold.
And then he's the mobster in the Pat Bat, and just like,
Oh, yeah.
there he is again, being great.
And he was the butler in Mr. Deeds.
Everything John Turturro is in, and he was in the Transformer movies.
And he was Billy Martin.
So.
Wow, he didn't do anything.
And turning 48 years old today, and definitely in my, I would say my top 10 of, yeah, she's hot.
Oh.
Allie Lauder.
I know the name. Allie Lauder.
You'll be able to, I mean, you'll remember her, I guess, here in a second. But she was in the Resident Evil movies for a little bit.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Her in action movies being a badass that's greatness. So yeah, Allie Lauder.
Okay, I know her from Legally Blonde.
Okay, didn't see it.
That's the only one of these movies I've ever seen.
2022. Eventually just known as the guy that said Affleck, but he did a lot of other funny stuff. Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, was that him that did Affleck?
He was the Affleck duck, goose, whatever the hell it is, before
It's a duck.
he ended up losing his gig because he said something controversial.
He got canceled.
Yeah.
You got duck canceled.
Yeah. He got quacked.
Quack you.
So
Huh.
there you are. Turning 47 years old, and I really don't care, but he's here, and he's also really famous. I don't actually care one way or another about this guy. Jason Aldean.
So I guess he's supposed to be good.
I mean, try that in a small town, right? That's
I
him.
know people. I guess. Like I know people who think he's the greatest ever,
Right.
but I can't name one song. I have listened to his stuff. I've heard it. Just unremarkable for me. Like I'm like you. Like, you know what? Happy birthday because you're famous.
Right.
Other than that, meh. I get it.
So there's that.
I don't
And
get it, Colby.
turning 25 years, just
Oh dear.
25 years old today.
Oh dear.
Tim's one of his most hated local athletes,
Oh dear.
but it's his birthday.
Luka Doncic.
It's Luka's birthday.
How did I know? Is he really 25?
It's 25.
He needs to hurry up and accomplish something. His career is going to be over before we know it. And he's going to have nothing to show for it.
He's 25.
And it seems like he should be about 17. He needs to figure this basketball thing out.
I think he's got it all figured out.
How many rings does he have? No, you know what? I don't blame Luka for his lack of success in the NBA. I blame his coach.
His lack of, okay.
He hasn't won anything.
He hasn't won anything in the NBA.
He's been in the league 3 years.
He's won titles his
Or
whole
4.
life.
Not in the NBA. Nobody cares about those other titles.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do care about those other titles.
Not in America.
So there's people in
cares?
America that cares about it.
Name one.
I,
The same people that care about soccer.
Yes, it's the
Okay.
same people that care about soccer.
So Gavin Dawson. I can't name any others, though.
And Roy White.
Roy White. That's
Roy
right.
White.
That's right.
Also, oh, no, Reggie would care.
Does Reggie care about soccer?
Oh, yes.
He just went down a notch on my board here.
He could tell you interesting facts about soccer that'll actually make you go, oh, really?
There's no such thing as an interesting fact about soccer.
That's the thing, is that he has so much knowledge about it that he could tell you something and you would finally go, oh, really?
If we weren't always on the air at the same time as him, we could have him on the show to tell me some interesting facts about soccer. Like, I want you to try to sell me soccer, Reggie. Try to make me care a crap about soccer.
You know what? And that's a thing. You know what? That's a thing we should offer up. If you're not taking the time to listen to the Colby and IndyCarTim show live, you can always download the podcast, but always listen to Reggie on 105.3 The Fan.
What's his new partner's name? I don't know.
I always forget.
Oh, he's got metal teeth, though. It kind of creeps me out.
I mean, I know, but not right now. I don't know because that file cabinet's closed.
Right.
So, but check that out. And there is.
All right.
There is. We ended with the greatest on here as we ended with Luca. There you are. There's your list, Tim.
So, Colby, this is very easy for me.
Is it?
Colby, what is my name? My moniker that I've gone by for, this is now the 30th year that I've gone by this moniker.
Shithead.
The other one.
Oh, IndyCarTim.
IndyCarTim is the moniker that was bestowed upon me one day, one summer day in 1994 at one KTCK because the sport I cared about most was IndyCar. So, of course, my good is the great Mario Andretti.
There's so many goods on this list.
No, there are. I agree. Like, if he wasn't on this list, I could have gone Bubba Smith. I could have gone John Turturro. Could have gone Ali Lauder. Could have gone Luca. Luca probably would have been my last choice.
Well,
saying.
I'm actually going to try and offer up Luca as an ultimate good.
Okay, stop. Do we have to both agree, right?
That's the
Yeah,
reason
so
I'm going to try to offer up Luca as an ultimate good because there's so many others on this
yet.
list.
So Mario Andretti, one-time winner of the Indy 500, by the way, back in 1969. Came close so many other times, but that Andretti luck. My bad, I have to go with Aroldis Chapman.
Oh, dear.
He almost killed me during the playoffs.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I don't hate him or anything. He almost killed me. Colby,
He didn't.
my ugly, and there's no contest. Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay, yeah, he wasn't.
Affleck.
He wasn't. Yeah.
Just spit on my microphone.
All right, so
Maybe it'll fit now.
my bad, just because everybody else I can't do this to on this list. My bad is Jason Aldean. Just, I mean, I told you, I don't care. But everybody else on this list, I can't bad. So
Right,
sorry,
right.
Jason Aldean. There you go. Just because there wasn't enough bad people on the list. My ugly, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he even knew, right?
Did.
It didn't stop him from getting checks, but
Nope.
he knew. And my good is where I'm suffering really bad. That's the reason why I worked in reverse, because I still don't know.
Well, I didn't think this would be hard for you.
Are you kidding me?
I thought Luca would be far and away your overwhelming choice.
He should be, but he's on the same list with Ali Lauder.
Okay, then your only decision is, do you go sports good or do you go hot girl good? Which one's more important to you?
She was in the Resident Evil.
She was also in Legally Blonde, which is a way more successful franchise than Resident Evil.
Is John Turturro? He's awesome.
I get it.
Yeah, I got to go Luca.
But the problem is, John Turturro is going to be in the same category as Ali Lauder because they're both actors, right? So if you're going actor good, the hot outweighs the not hot. So you got to break it down like a system, Colby. I have a system when I do this.
Yeah, I did. Good, Luca.
All right, you went Luca.
Yeah.
And by the way, I reject your offer to make him just a good, because he's not yet.
I mean,
he wins a title, then we'll get there. But right now, he's just a pretty good basketball player.
You know what? The fact that you said pretty good irritates the shit out of me.
I mean, what's he done? Other than personal accolades, what has he done?
If you were to name your elite team, he's on it.
Elite team of what?
Of NBA players right now. If you were to make an elite team of NBA players right now, he's on it.
Okay. Who else is on it? Probably a bunch of guys that won titles, right? You put LeBron on it?
The other guys, well, I don't know if you call him elite.
And Curry.
I mean, he's really good, especially because he's super old.
And Durant.
So, I mean, Jokic.
They've all won titles.
I would have put Jokic on it before he won a title.
Okay. I probably would too. No, I would put him on that team as well, but that doesn't mean he's just an overall good on our awesome good list. Okay, I would put Mario Andretti on my list, but I wouldn't even ask you that because I know you wouldn't agree.
The fact that he's a race guy, and I'm like, yeah, I know that name. She could be close.
Right, but not actually there. And that's where I would put Luka. I know. That's what we do around here.
So there you go. So now it is time to awfully transition as I go look up on my phone where I put this list.
List this.
Shots fired! Fish had hold of my nipple.
So what I did is because Tim was like, hey, and just put a list on the
I forgot.
On the sheet. And then about 30 minutes away from the show firing off, I was like, hey, Tim, what you got for a list? And he's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. He put that there because, you know, my mystery shotgun was just going to basically be Crow information. I did have some other stuff, but we can, of course, save that till Monday. And I was like, well, I'll find one. So I just looked up Shower Thoughts 2024.
I like this already.
I found at parade.com, I found a list. And so now we're just going to go through them and, you know, have some fun. As the number one on this, and let's go ahead and get to the number one. I'll work my way down on this list, and we'll stop whenever y'all get effing tired of it, is go to bed. You'll feel better in the morning is the human version of did you turn it off and turn it back on again? So, reboot.
I agree with that, by the way. Agree with that.
It won't be long before people use 20s, 30s, and 40s to describe the 2020s, the 2030s, and the 2040s.
I actually had that thought the other day, but not in the shower. Like, at what point do we just say, when we say the 20s, like we're going to refer to the last decade, right? Instead of the 1920s?
Right.
Like, that's right around the corner.
We're in the 20s right now.
That's so weird, man.
Back in the 20s. When we get into the 30s, somebody's going to say back in the 20s.
We're old.
Nothing is on fire. Fire is on things.
Truth?
So there you are. How do our brains remember that we forgot something, but we can't remember what thing that was?
All the time.
But it's like, how is it? Is it just a slot that's empty in our brain? And it's just like, hey, you forgot something.
So have you seen that commercial? There's a commercial that kind of describes that. I don't know what it's for, but some guy I guess he's like interviewing for a job, and he's like, I hope you memorize the whatever that we asked you to memorize. And he's like, oh, no, I did, but I had to forget some other stuff to make it fit.
Right.
And then he goes, okay, well, great, we'll have a seat. And he can't figure out how to sit down in the chair because he forgot. And he's all putting his legs through the arms, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's actually kind of funny.
Crabs probably think that fish can fly. Someone dreamt about you last night, and you have no idea.
They probably don't even remember.
I wonder what my dog named me.
I almost spit out my vodka, Colby.
When we're young, We sneak out of the house to go to parties. When we're old, we sneak out of parties to go home.
Oh my God, that's the truth.
Beanbags are just boneless sofas. Math is the only place where someone would buy 60 watermelons and 40 cantaloupes and no one would ask any questions.
Huh.
Your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed.
Yep. Yep, it does, because they all kind of looks the same going down, doesn't it?
In order to fall asleep, we all have to pretend we're asleep.
Huh. Do you have a secret to fall asleep? Like when you need, you know you need to go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
Do you have something that you use internally to try to shut your brain down when you can't stop thinking about stuff? Like, how do you shut your brain off when you know you need to go to sleep?
I have only told this particular thing to one person before in my entire life.
Okay, we'll tell it to another 18,000 that are listening.
And it was one Corey Majors. Because he asked me about the same question.
Right.
And I told him my exact path to get to sleep. And it is, I lay in bed, of course, with a pillow over my head, because that's how I sleep. And I put myself in a action movie scenario. I fill out every possible answer to it. What's happening? Is something getting hijacked or whatever that is? And I think about the scenario. And then I play it out to its end.
Okay.
I never make it to its end.
Really?
I'm asleep. And usually what happens is whatever action scenario that I'm in now becomes part of my dream as I drift.
Okay.
And then I end up, like, midway through it, shit starts happening wrong. Like, I can't see numbers on clocks anymore.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. And then I realize I'm asleep, but I'm asleep.
Right.
Now I'm in my dream. And I have half control. Not full control.
Yeah.
But I have half control of what's going on.
Oh. Okay, mine's quite a bit simpler.
Okay.
I sometimes also put the pillow over my face
Uh-huh.
and hoping no one's in there to push it down really hard so I can't breathe.
Right.
And I just start counting backwards in my brain. I used to start at 100, and I used to only make it to like 50.
Wow.
And I was out. But now apparently my brain's figured out that little tactic.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to start at 500.
Wow.
And I count backwards, and now I'm usually around 200, 150, and then I'm falling asleep. So obviously you can see it takes me a while to go to sleep.
That's actually, it's taking you, 10 minutes to fall asleep?
Like at best.
Okay, I would say it takes me a little bit longer
Okay.
to fall asleep, but...
Because I envy people who can literally lay down on the pillow.
Oh, and
they're out.
The whole Jack Reacher, I'm
Yeah.
down, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish I could do that.
I don't know what kind of brain power it takes to be able to just go, switch, it's done, but I ain't got that.
I don't have it either. I wish I did.
If the Earth was flat, the Edge would be the most popular tourist attraction.
Yeah. You mean the ice wall?
Yeah. Someone's mom probably used you as a bad example for her kids.
Oh, yeah, there's no question.
When my dog brings me the same toy, I wonder, is it his favorite toy or does he think it's my favorite toy?
That's greatness. Love shower thoughts.
Only one sock goes missing because if both did, you wouldn't notice.
Huh. Yeah, you just missed a pair, right? And you wouldn't know?
Right.
Because they're all the same as all your other pairs?
Uh-huh.
Like, do you know how many pairs of socks you have?
No.
I have no idea. So if one's missing, you're not going to know.
I mean, I usually don't get the exact same socks because I kind of, but I also don't care because I've got a white sock on and a black sock.
Okay. You're 12.
And I just don't care. They're socks. They've got a thing that they do. They go on my feet before my shoes.
Who hurt you?
Painkillers are the mute notification option for the body.
True story. I've thought that often.
If tomatoes are fruit, then ketchup is jam.
Uh-huh. Ketchup is also a fruit.
Theme parks can snap a crystal clear picture of you on a roller coaster at 70 miles per hour, but bank cameras can't get a clear shot of a robber standing still.
True story.
Which orange came first, the color or the fruit?
Oh, yeah. Had to be the color, right?
Once you have a PhD, every meeting you go to becomes a doctor's appointment.
Huh.
Clapping.
True.
Clapping your hands is just high-fiving yourself.
Yeah, kind of.
Searching for a new laptop online is basically forcing your current computer to dig its own grave.
I like that one a lot. That's like going prostitute shopping with your wife. Or maybe not.
While we sleep, our brains make up stories and then get scared of them.
They scared themselves.
Maybe urinals were invented when a tall guy walked by the sink and said, "Why not?"
I look at every sink and I say that.
The object of golf is to play the least amount of golf.
Yep. As possible. Mm-hmm.
And we'll go with this as a finally. Watching a graduation ceremony is like sitting through a movie that's entirely end credits.
Wait, going to a what?
Watching a graduation ceremony is like sitting through a movie that's entirely end credits.
Yeah, I hate graduation ceremonies. I hated mine.
Oh, wait. When you drink alcohol, you're just borrowing happiness from tomorrow.
Yeah, because you got to give it back,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they say, you don't drink beer, you just rent it. And once you break that seal, you're renting it for a shorter period of time.
That's right, which is actually a myth.
What?
Breaking the seal.
I don't feel like that's a myth. I feel like it's true.
It's a physiological myth.
So I can drink a bucket and a half of beer and not have to pee. But once I go pee, I've got to, or once I finally go pee, I have to pee again, like after every other beer.
Because you've reached your tipping point. You had to go pee because your bladder was full.
Right?
Now, because alcohol is moving through your system slower because it has to go through other things,
Yeah.
it's going to end up filling up. That the rest of that's going to be down there. So breaking the seal is not really breaking the seal.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You just had to pee.
Yeah, I think it's more fun to just say that I broke the seal. Whether it's accurate or not.
So there you go.
Accurate. Why is it pronounced accurate?
Accurate?
Shouldn't it just be accurate?
Accurate.
I think that's how my dad said it.
Did you want me to tell more, or are we moving on?
I don't know. You have any more?
I mean, yeah, we remember when teachers used to say you'll never be walking around with a calculator in your pocket? Well, look at us now.
Video cameras, too.
When you give someone food, you're feeding them. But when you give them water, you aren't watering them.
I mean, you kind of are.
And we'll never know what it smells like underwater.
Sharks do.
Every broken clock tells you the exact time it passed away.
That's true. My God.
All right, I'm turning that off before I say more.
For the love of God, Colby. Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
This is correct. So, coming up next, we're going to do the NFLPA report cards, and then Tim's wanting to go back to DVDs.
We're going back to DVDs, Colby.
Plus news and notes. That's all coming up next on the Colby IndyCarTim Show.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby IndyCarTim Show right here on FanStream Sports, live from the FanStream Sports Studios in North Dallas. Right on the tollway. Happy hump day to you and yours, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know how we do things around here, actually.
Go hump a day real quick. Or go humpty.
So, if there's a hot chick named Wednesday,
okay,
does she have to let you hump her
I mean,
on Wednesday? Because it's hump day?
is Wednesday Addams old enough?
I don't know, but Jenna Ortega probably is.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Internets.
Colby, you and I in our lifetimes have been through, dude, the what's the word I'm looking for? The progression of technology, of listening to like music, right?
Oh yeah.
So I can remember as a kid when 8-tracks were the big thing.
Right.
And of course albums still, through most of the 80s. And then we had cassette tapes that were a lot more user-friendly because you could fast forward and rewind. And
Yep.
then the VCR was invented and Betamax, and then eventually the VCR won out. But then you could go rent movies on video cassettes. Then they invented like CDs for music and DVDs for movies. But and then everything went to streaming, right? Do you even own DVDs, or have you bought a DVD recently?
I have not bought a DVD or a Blu-ray or anything recently. No.
And me neither. Because you just stream everything, right? Everything's on demand now.
You just go find it and get it.
And that's why, like, Blockbuster died, right? Because obviously the business model can't be sustained anymore. So, we don't buy DVDs, we don't buy CDs really anymore, unless you're one of these guys that, like, you think CDs are retro, which, like, I don't get that. Like, albums to me are kind of retro.
Right.
I still buy albums. I have a record player, and I enjoy sometimes listening to the crackle of the music on the album, right? I don't know that anybody enjoys watching the crackle of the video on the VCR.
No.
Like, nobody does that. Well, I say nobody. My 22-year-old son loves doing that. He goes to thrift stores, and he loves to buy VHS tapes of old 80s movies. And he bought a VCR at a thrift store.
Just thought it was the greatest thing ever, huh?
And he loves the 80s, man. He listens to the music. He's got records. He's got cassette tapes. I don't know where he buys them. Bought a cassette player for his room. Like, he's living my teenage years in the 80s, right?
What the hell?
But I'm like, fine, whatever. He's like, Dad, I bought Top Gun on VHS. I'm like, I can stream it right now on my TV in the bedroom. He's like, no, but it's not the same. And he's right. Like, I get it, the nostalgia of it.
He doesn't know what the nostalgia is.
But he thinks it's nostalgic for his dad, right?
Okay.
And Colby, as we discussed before the show, apparently I'm a catch. I don't know what that means. So, Colby, there is a new technology that's kind of a throwback technology. As scientists let's see, where did this come out of? I'm going to make a guess, but if I'm wrong, I don't want to say it. Oh, shocking. In China. Scientists in China, where they create everything.
Right.
Now.
Made in China.
So if back in the day when they were putting movies on DVD storage discs were capable of about 4.5 gigabytes of storage space.
Right.
It's about 2 hours of video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then they came out with the what do they call them, the 2-level, which was basically like a record that had stuff on the other side, but you didn't have to flip the DVD inside. It basically had 2 different surfaces on top.
Right.
That the DVD player, the laser, knew how to read them separately. Okay,
right.
Whatever that technology was. So you got up to like 9 hours in some cases of video, or 9 gigabytes of storage. So like 4 to 5 hours, right? Well, Colby, scientists and researchers in China have now developed a type of disc, and it's just being referred to as a DVD because of familiarity of the name, right, of the media.
Mm-hmm.
It will hold up to a petabyte of data. It is the equivalent of more than 220,000 regular DVD discs on one disc.
Okay.
So there's some that are calling it the super DVD. So basically, you could put every single movie you've ever heard of, watched, want to watch, never gonna watch, anything you've ever wanted to watch, it'll all go on one disc. And that's all you have to have for the rest of your life.
Why?
That's kind of my question now. What if streaming services go away?
I mean, okay, if you could give me that and then I could write and put on every one of my all-time favorite movies,
mm-hmm.
right? Because we all have go-to movies, and you can do that. And my list won't be long enough to fill that up, obviously, right? But if you were able to pull that off, then I could see that in case, your internet goes down or whatever, you have all this entertainment on one disc.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. But then what happens if it gets a tiny scratch on it? It's going to screw it up.
Yeah, and so that's not even the worst part of this. Is clearly, it's new technology, so there's drawbacks to it, right?
Right.
So as it is right now, and I don't know, Colby, if you remember the struggle of writing to the DVD on your computer?
Yes.
Saving videos to it? How long that would take? So apparently these are kind of the equivalent of waiting for like 5,000 movies to download onto a DVD right now.
Oh, dear.
Like, it takes days upon days upon days of writing data to these discs.
I don't even see it.
But that's, again, these are the preliminary versions of this technology, right? So, of course, that's going to get improved upon.
But like a thumb drive can hold a whole bunch of movies on it.
It doesn't have a petabyte of information on it, though.
No, but it can do what I wanted it to do.
So, like, you can get, like, terabyte thumb drives, right?
Right.
So, 1,000 gig. And based on their data here, you can hold, what's that, 300 movies?
Right.
200 movies? Whatever. I'm terrible at math. I went to the colony.
But that's enough.
I mean, you would think, right?
That's got to be enough.
So there's probably going to be different applications for this technology, not storing movies. And I will tell you this, too.
I mean, it sounds like this DVD could, like, hold the internet.
Yeah, I'm going to download the internet. It's like I used to try to print the internet, apparently, back in the day.
Right.
But I will tell you this. Like, as a kid that grew up with hard data, like, or discs, records, cassettes, 8-tracks, whatever, in my hand.
Yep.
And then now I go buy an album. I don't get it in my hand. It just goes on my computer, my phone, whatever. And especially before we had phones, that was happening, but it just went to your computer.
Right.
I was never really on board. I'm like, but I want to touch it. I want to feel. That's why I don't get Bitcoin. It's not something I can hold in my hand and put in my pocket. I still don't understand freaking Bitcoin, Colby. But and I'm still, even now here in 2024, I'm still a little bit weird about, like, I don't get something. Of course, now it's different because we just pay monthly subscription fees to stream stuff.
Right.
You don't actually have to go buy an album. You're just paying to have access to it, forever.
Right.
Until you stop paying. So I'm still not, like, on board with that whole thing. Like, kids that are growing up now that are in their freaking 20s, that's all they've ever known is streaming.
Correct.
But I'm still not always, like, on board with that.
Now, I've thought about this because you've mentioned this before about, like, Bitcoin and stuff like that. I always look at Bitcoin, it's just another form of money, right? And I never actually physically touch my money. I've got a card.
Right.
I've got a phone that tells me my balance.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it's the same thing with the cryptocurrency.
Right.
I've got an app that tells me my balance.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Now, as far as everything else, it'd be like trying to explain the stock market to somebody that doesn't understand the stock market. Not going to get into all of that with you. But that's the basic information on it. As far as streaming is something that I've always wanted to have happen.
Right.
Where I didn't have to, because I was always terrible with my stuff. I wasn't terrible with other people's stuff, but I was terrible with my stuff. Like, if I owned a particular, CD, tape, cassette, whatever, it would somehow get jacked up. And then I wouldn't have it anymore. But now with the streaming services and all that, I don't have to worry about did my VCR eat my Star Wars, right? Or whatever. It's still there. As soon as I buy it, it's still there. As long as I have access to the internet, I can go back to the place that I bought it from and be like, look, I need to download this again. They're like, yeah, you've got the rights to download it. You're cool. You download it. Same with, like, your PlayStation games.
Yep.
Every one of them that you buy now, you have.
See, I still don't like that because we have the PlayStation, we have the Xbox, we have the subscriptions.
Right.
And my kids are like, hey, Dad, I need, $14. I need to download this game. And I'm like, okay. I think I'll send you a hard copy of it.
No.
And they look at me like, shut up. Like, no, why would they do that? I'm like, what if you want to download it later?
You can download it later.
And they're like, you just log into your account. I'm like, what if you forget your password? Like, I have all of these things that are like, I'm going to pay for this game, but because we don't have it in our hand, we're never going to be able to see it. Like, it just bothers me. That's like, I know that's like grumpy old man syndrome or whatever, but
right.
I don't get it. And I guess now they sell console games, that's how old I am, consoles that don't even have the disc slot in it.
No, they don't.
And you can't load a game on it.
No, you just download it.
I quit.
And the great thing about it is once it's done, you never have to worry about that game getting damaged. Ever.
What about it getting deleted or erased?
Then go download it again.
What if you can't log in?
Then you're dumb.
You know what I miss, Colby? I miss going to the GameStop, or not even GameStop. I miss going to the game store, buying a cartridge, blowing on it, plugging it into the game system, not having to wait for anything to download, and just playing the damn game as it came. Oh, wait, I got to wait for it to download an update for 3 hours before I can play it. No, you just put the cartridge in your system, you play the damn game. When you're done, you turn it off, pull the cartridge out, put it back in the box, and put it on the shelf. That's how it should be.
That's not, because what they do with the updates is they make the games sometimes better, sometimes they F them up.
And then you got to pay for the update sometime.
No, you never have to pay for an update.
I thought you did.
No, I mean, you may
I
have
think you're wrong.
buy the new season of whatever and get the extra stuff that comes with it. But as far as the updates are free.
I don't get it, Colby. I got to do a shot now.
It's one of my favorite things because, like on Madden, you buy Madden, right? And then they update the rosters as the season goes.
I thought you had to pay for that to get updated rosters.
I don't think so.
I thought you did. Like or maybe they just have like other rosters that you can pay to get. I don't.
Yeah, they have other rosters you can pay to get.
Okay, man, that's what I'm thinking of.
But as long as you've got the current Madden, it'll update stats.
But only until the new Madden comes out. Then you
Right.
got to buy that.
Right.
You know what they should have? This is just occurring to me.
Okay.
You should be able to buy a lifetime Madden subscription.
You can kind of do that. You can buy an EA subscription.
Like, and just what does that get you?
That it'll get you it'll get you discounts on the very new ones, and then last year's you can pretty much play.
See, I'm thinking you get a Madden subscription, lifetime subscription, whatever it is, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is, and then everything from that point forward you get for free. Every year that a new one comes out, you get it as a download. Anything else that ever comes out, rosters, players, trade, it's all that's it. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a subscription if you pay for Madden every year because it's
that what it does?
60, $70, and you just download the new game. It's pretty much it.
Do they send you a disc?
And it's optional.
Can they send you a disc? You have to pay extra for that.
You don't want a disc.
I want a disc, Colby. I got to put it on my shelf.
Nobody wants a disc.
When the girls come over, I want them to look at my bookcase and go, "Ooh, he's got a lot of games." Is that a thing still?
You know what? Then go just buy you a bunch of jewel casings and just every once in a while just change out the spine to it.
Change out the colors on them. They're just all
Right.
different colors.
Right, just change out the spine to it. You'll be fine.
Think that'll impress somebody that's
No.
my age?
Absolutely
They're
not.
much younger than me.
Absolutely not. They're not going to stare at your jewel casings and go, "Wow."
I'm gonna go meet a girl in a bar and go, "Come home and see my jewel cases."
You want to come home and see Jewel?
She's in my closet tied up.
That's right.
Jesus, stupid Colby.
We are.
Do you want to talk NFL or do you want to go straight into damn news and notes?
You know what? I maybe a little bit NFL, but
All right,
actually,
let's go.
Did you have something? Because I have something.
Oh, you have different than the NFLPA grades? All right, well, what do you have?
I have what possibly is the main thing that the Dallas Cowboys are looking for in the draft.
Quarterback?
They are not looking for a quarterback.
Left tackle?
No, buddy. No, not a left tackle. They are looking for a defensive lineman.
That's their focus.
I believe that's their focus because have you looked to see all the people that they have coming in for draft visits?
Yeah.
Every single one of them is a defensive lineman.
Well, you're losing in free agency. You're going to lose Gallimore.
Right.
You're losing Hankins. Just take it. Just take it all. You're going to lose. Who else are you going to lose? You're losing a ton of people on the defense.
I mean, you are, but was that in? And the only reason why I bring that up was that in your, if you were to name who you would want them to go after in the draft, how far down is defensive lineman?
It wouldn't have been number one,
No.
but it might have been like 3 for me.
Okay. See, I have the first two. The first two on my list, I don't think you would pick up. You would go after first, and that's linebacker and that's running back.
Okay.
But then after that, it's offensive lineman.
Well, yeah. I mean, you need that every year.
Right.
You got to replenish the stock, and you got to get deeper because if you draft 2 offensive linemen in the draft this year, one of them's not going to make it. He's going to be gone, and then you got to replace him, and then somebody else that's either leaving in free agency. I mean, that's a rotational thing that you got to address every year, I feel, right?
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, I get it. I just – do you other than last year's draft, which was terrible. They'd rattled off 5 or 6 pretty good drafts in a row.
They did.
So I will kind of give them a pass. Mozzie Smith is a tremendous failure.
As of right now, yes, you are correct.
As of now, unless Mike Zimmer can do something with him, which that's not really his specialty, defensive lineman. So I'm probably going to mark him down as a flop, and that's really the first-round flop you've had in a while. But that's probably one of the reasons they're trying to address the defensive line is because he's failed so miserably.
And I think it's the issue with –
And he forgot to pay his storage unit.
Yeah. I think that's also the issue of stopping the run is there, but I think that's done with bigger linebackers, if you want to be quite honest.
So that would be a position of need, I would think. You don't know what you're going to get from – is Leighton Vander Esch ever coming back?
I don't think so.
I mean, so we had the great Babe Laufenberg, 28-year Cowboys color commentator, longtime CBS 11 sports director and host and anchor on the Norm Hitzges show a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And that was one of the questions that was presented to him, like, how do you address the Leighton Vander Esch situation? And Babe knows him really well. He said, Norm, if it was me, or if someone who loves him very dearly, a family member, a friend, you walk up to Leighton Vander Esch, you put your arms around him, and you go, hey, buddy, it's probably time to hang it up. Because you don't mess with a neck injury. And he's had several.
Right.
And that could be life-changing, You just you don't want to do that. And it's probably in his best interest to retire. Just be done. And he's your biggest linebacker, right?
Right. Unless Zim moves Micah Parsons.
But he's not as big as Vander Esch, size-wise, is he?
But as far as linebackers, he's definitely...
Talent-wise, yeah. I just meant size-wise because we're talking about getting bigger at linebacker. And
right.
You know what? Vander Esch, if you could have 4 of those Vander Esch's, size, ability, and everything in the linebacker room, dude, you'd be set.
Well, yeah.
But you don't.
Just go ahead and you know what? Instead of that, why don't you just give me Micah Parsons for every position?
Yeah.
I think I'd be good with that.
11 Micah Parsons?
Just running around.
Oh, we're in number 11, like a video game. You just put him at every position, clone him.
There's 11 11s out there.
But then I'm going to be confused. Hey, Colby, why is Danny White playing linebacker?
Well, he's also playing safety and kick return.
Safety, running back.
Yep.
Oh, he's going on offense too, huh?
Oh, yeah, no. We're putting him everywhere.
Dude, you know what? I would freaking love to see Micah Parsons line up at running back in a goal line situation.
I would too.
And put an offensive lineman in front of him as a fullback.
Or just
right?
Just don't run the Zeke Glass play with Micah Parsons as a dumb.
As the center?
Yeah.
And then the pass, not catcher? God, you can do so many things with him. I would say get a little bit more creative with him. Like, I don't want him to get hurt, but
you know what? If we're going on Dream Bridge right now about what you would do with Micah Parsons, I still say you put him at middle linebacker, but you don't give him a job. You just tell him,
right,
go do defense. Basically, just let him be like a free safety at linebacker, but without a job. You just. If you feel like the ball's going over here, use your instincts and go over there where you think the football's at.
Right.
If you feel like you can get to the quarterback before he gets rid of the football, there's that. If you want to go hit the running back, you go hit the running back. Mm-hmm. You just do Micah Parsons things and let his football instincts just do a thing. I just think that's my dream.
I just think that the Cowboys have not utilized him correctly definitely this year, right? This past year.
They're using him to fill a hole. They were using him to do, what they thought they needed him to do, which was, be a pass rusher because that's something that he excels at. But right. I try to sell to you that I think there's nothing on a football field that he wouldn't excel at.
Right.
So just let him go. And also with just letting him go like that, I don't think you wear him out as much because he's not always fighting that super huge tackle for position.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think you extend his ability to be an impact on defense for the longer NFL season as it is.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts.
No, agree 100%, man. That's, you're also losing. I mentioned Neville Gallimore. Sir Neville Gallimore, as Fish exclusive likes to call him.
Uh-huh.
You're losing Dante Fowler Jr.,
Right.
who's been a very productive free agent the last 2 years at defensive end as part of that rotation, who's probably going to Washington to be with his buddy Dan Quinn,
Right.
who coached him and drafted him in Atlanta because he kind of recruited him. Drafted him in Atlanta, then brought him over to Dallas. So you're losing him. You're losing Gallimore. I get the defensive line thing. It doesn't really surprise me. That just wouldn't have been my pick for, number one.
No, but you know what? Just do it right. That's really all I got to say.
Whatever you do,
just do it right, and also get excited about that extension that's going to happen with Dak. Everybody get excited.
They got to do something because you owe him $60 million this year. Hey, by the way, Colby,
Yeah.
I have won and you have won the same amount of Super Bowls as Dak Prescott.
That means I'm a winner.
You're a wiener.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. So let's go to let's go to the submarine that imploded.
Whoa, we're going way back.
We're going way back. As the submarine audio has been revealed for the first time.
No.
So remember when everybody, right when, it was discovered what happened, they were like, don't worry, everything is fine. There was no suffering. They just went down, immediately imploded.
Is that not the case?
Come to find out that the audio banging around initially provided hope for those trapped inside the doomed Titan submersible. It's revealed that audio of the banging sound was actually them. So
Trying to signal?
yeah, that they're having trouble.
Because they knew they were having... but they didn't, they weren't imploded yet, right?
No, they weren't imploded yet. No. Because the implosion still, as they described, was... And
So it was instantaneous like we thought.
Right.
But they knew they were in trouble.
They knew they were in trouble. They weren't just like, oh, this is great. Oh, we're dead. No, there was a little bit of that. So that's come out, and you know what? I found it, and I realized I was seeing it. It's like, well, this is big news. Nobody else has really even put it out there or anything because we've made our PlayStation generic controller remarks and all that.
Right.
We've made it past it. So the news cycles end, but there was still some news about it.
The guy driving that sub probably wasn't very good at PlayStation.
Probably not. Let's go to we're going across the pond.
Good day, mate.
As a bin man, otherwise known as a trash man, was making his rounds.
Is that what they call him over there? Bin man?
They call him bin man.
Like there's going to be a movie called that.
So Steve Whitehouse, he's 49. He's a bin man.
Okay.
And he was doing his route. And as he was doing his route, he saw that there was a house that was on fire.
Okay.
While he's doing his route. And he hears screaming coming from inside the house. He puts his bin down, walks up, climbs up one floor onto a balcony, goes inside the flaming house, grabs the lady, brings her out, sets her down on the ground, climbs back up, goes and gets another person, comes back out, climbs back down, goes back in the burning house.
Third time.
Gets the dog, brings the dog out, comes back down. Is everybody okay? Is everybody called, EMS? Cool. And goes about and does his route.
I thought you were going to say he put all those people in one of the bins.
Did his job, saved some people.
And went back to work.
And went back to work picking up the bins.
Colby, that's a true hero. Not all heroes wear capes.
So
do they know who he is?
Yeah, Steve Whitehouse.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. Maybe he just disappeared.
He went back in. He just grabbed him one at a time. This whole place is going up, as described, like a blowtorch.
Like he didn't wait for the police or the authorities or fire. He's just like, all right, I got to go to work.
And then after saving the people, went back in and grabbed the dog.
Oh, that's probably the first one I would have got. Gotta save the puppy dog.
And the dog's effing scared out of its mind. And it's just like, well, no, you've got to come with me. Dude, you want to talk about... And a
true
superhero. Hell yeah. So Ben Man. I can't wait to read the next comics about Ben Man.
Ben Man. Do you think dogs bark with a British accent over there?
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
I always wondered that.
You want to know the weirdest thing? Is there's dogs out there that know more Japanese than you do.
Well, I don't know any.
That's right.
Except Hung Chung Chow.
They know probably what the Japanese word for dog food is. They probably know the Japanese word for go outside.
They can say it.
Yeah. Well, they just know it. I mean,
It was instilled in them, right?
yeah, because my dogs know, hey, or my dog knows, hey, it's foodies.
Yeah.
They'll go to eat.
My dog knows, let's go outside.
Yeah.
My dog knows, where's your toy?
Yep.
And my dog knows, hey, shut up.
Yes. So your dog knows more English than some actual people in this world.
Yeah, definitely.
So there you go.
It's weird.
Didn't even think there was going to be another shower thought there, but there was. There's a strong cold front heading to Texas. So, so watch out for the snow next week. How many people are going to end up with, like, just the stopped up chronic, oh, my God, my head hurts sniffles because it was 90 and now we're looking at snow?
I really thought it was going to be warm again today. I don't know why I thought that.
It was not.
No.
It was not warm.
Did it even get to 50? I don't even got to 50.
No, it didn't.
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
Back to you, Colby. Oh, wait.
All right.
You know what? I have a drop for you that I keep forgetting to play on this segment.
Uh-huh. That's that story. Let's move on to the next story.
I love that.
Okay, let's go to an update. An update with Pantex. Did you hear about this?
Michael Pantex Jr.
No.
in the draft?
So Pantex ceased operations. Now, if those that don't know, Amarillo, Texas is where this is at. Officials with the Consolidated Nuclear Security, LLC, reports that an emergency situation has prompted the Pantex plant, now Amarillo, to cease operations. I didn't even know this plant was there. Apparently there's a nuclear plant in Amarillo.
Right by that big steak place?
Yes.
I didn't know we had a nuclear plant in Amarillo.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
So the Pantex plant, the officials there said, hey, don't worry, all weapons and special materials are safe and unaffected. They put that out there on a Facebook post. But they did have to shut down operations and clear out everybody. Now, if you live next to a nuclear plant, and you see everybody leaving the building at once,
Run!
it's time to leave.
Probably not going to do any good to run, though. It's too late if you got to run.
It's time to get in the car, cause a nice traffic jam trying to leave Amarillo.
Amarillo, more. So, Colby, you're probably too young to remember the 3 Mile Island incident
Yeah, the wings are pretty good.
in the late. Well, that's where it was named from. But you have any recollection of this or what I'm talking about?
No.
So up in Pennsylvania, there is an island.
They named the chicken wings after a nuclear disaster?
Yes.
Dumb.
So up in Pennsylvania, there's a little, and it's 3 miles. They built a nuclear power plant on it, right?
Nuclear.
Right?
I just love saying it wrong and right at the same time.
Nuclear.
Trying to throw people off.
Good day, mate. And we were, I don't know if you read the accounts now, it doesn't make it sound that bad. But if you read accounts 20 years later of the people that were there, they were literally within a couple of minutes of a Chernobyl in Pennsylvania.
Dude,
it was a big deal. And so I don't remember. There was a movie called The China Syndrome that I don't know that you might like. It's not a comedy, Colby. It's not a documentary.
Okay.
It's an actual movie.
There's a lot of action in it.
It's got Michael Douglas, Jack Lemmon, Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda end up doing stuff in space.
That was the next movie.
Oh.
But she looked pretty good in this movie. And a very young Michael Douglas. But dude, it's about there's a news crew touring this fictitious nuclear power plant, and they have a near meltdown, right? And it all got caught on camera. And it's about the cover-up from the company and it mirrored exactly what happened at 3 Mile Island. But I think the movie came out like 6 months before. Like it was. That's how accurate this was.
Oh dear.
But dude, we almost had Chernobyl. Not that like anybody would miss Pennsylvania, but you know I feel bad for the people that live there. But it was kind of a hot news topic for a long, long time. You should watch that movie.
I should.
But you won't.
Let's go to Hawaii, where
Speaking of accidents.
we're going to the Hawaii's Big Island.
Of Hawaii.
Yeah, now a tourist who's not named in this report rented a Jeep and took off onto the cliff sides of a volcano.
Okay. Doesn't seem smart, but okay.
He was actually in areas that you're told not to drive in.
I knew it.
And he took his Jeep and he ended up falling more than 50 feet from a cliff in this Jeep.
In the Jeep?
In the Jeep.
If you tell me the Jeep drove away,
Wait.
I'm buying a Jeep.
So he had two ways he could go in this certain situation. He falls to one side, it's into the ocean. Falls to the other side, volcano. He's going to be in some hot stuff.
Okay, I know which way I would go.
He fell oceanside.
Okay, that's the right choice.
He fell oceanside 50 feet into the ocean. His Jeep landed on a rock that was just under the ocean surface.
Had a seatbelt on?
Witnesses couldn't believe what had happened as he emerged from the Jeep.
Because he was wearing a seatbelt.
He had a few scratches and slight hypothermia. But other than that, fine. He fell 50 feet off a cliff into a boulder under the water just a smidge.
In a Jeep.
In a Jeep. And he got up with scratches and he got a little hypothermia because he waited a bit for them to actually get out there to get him.
Yeah. It's better than falling in the volcano.
True.
Ask Joe.
Right.
Versus the volcano.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I don't know if you know that reference or not.
I mean, I've seen movie posters.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the movie.
Ask me if I've seen the movie.
I already know the answer. You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the movie.
You just said you saw movie posters.
I did. Let's go to Florida because Florida's America's Wang, and it's also the place where you go to get fentanyl, apparently.
Good day, mate.
A Florida man, because I love this story. Well, just because it starts with a Florida man.
Right.
But so police were after this dude because they were pretty sure he was he's a drug dealer.
Okay.
So
I mean, they do live in Florida.
Robert Seth Whitaker, he's 33 years old. They suspected him of dealing drugs, and so they went to go, talk this out. He ends up getting arrested on drug paraphernalia charges.
Those two.
Yeah, I struggle. So as they put him in the back of the police car, he's got the handcuffs, but they're in front because they're trying to be nice. They're not behind him or whatever.
Right.
You can see in the camera him reaching back into his butt pocket. Not the jeans, no, his anus.
Actual butt pocket.
Yeah. And he pulls out a sack full of this blue powder and he puts it underneath the car seat there in the back of the police car.
Blue powder.
Yes. Apparently this fentanyl is blue.
Blue chew.
Yeah. So they get him to the actual police. Oh my God.
Police station?
Police station. I want to say police office.
Police offices?
Yeah, the police offices. They get him back there.
It is Florida.
And they end up, he's paraphernalia. He has other charges, so he's going to jail. And so they do as they do the strip search, he had another baggie fall out of his butt. So he had 2 bags of fentanyl in his butt, but only one of them stayed there.
He couldn't reach that far up to get it out.
Couldn't reach that far, but I guess removing the first one, it drug the other one to the end.
It loosened up.
And so it just lopped out of his. Can you imagine as you're sitting there naked and you feel something coming out of your butt and you know that's not a turd, you know that's the fentanyl you put there, but you can't stop it?
Colby, unfortunately, I can relate to that.
Okay. Love beads are bad, kids. So he got busted for that, and when they were going to bust him, he's like, yeah, there's more in the police car. So they went back and watched the video. It's like, yep, there's some more stinky fentanyl in your car. Can you imagine if he didn't tell them and they didn't look and they found it later? A poop bag of fentanyl?
You think they would have done the fentanyl?
No, because just touching that could kill you.
Really?
So, yeah.
Is it that deadly?
It's that deadly.
Well, why is it a thing?
I don't know.
Like, I don't understand the fentanyl thing.
He had 2 bags of fentanyl in his anus.
What if it broke?
He's dead.
Wow, what a way to go.
I mean,
Colby, have you ever experimented with vibrating anal beads?
nope.
We give a live drop.
I have not.
It's not the answer you gave before.
Still no. Still not.
Okay.
Still a no.
I'll have to edit that.
And finally, let's go to Kentucky as Dairy Queen is, well, under a little bit of fire in Kentucky.
There's Dairy Queens in Kentucky?
Yep, there is. We're going to Campton, Kentucky, as there was a meeting held for all of these Dairy Queen employees, and the manager there was kind of pissed off because it seems there were some cleaning solutions that fell into their chocolate ice cream. And he was pissed because he told them, you guys know y'all shouldn't keep the cleaning solutions near the ice cream. Now we've lost a whole vat of ice cream.
Contaminated, Colby, is what we say in the business.
Right. He ended up making everybody that worked there eat some of the ice cream.
How did he accomplish that?
And the meeting, he said, eat the ice cream or you're fired.
I'd have gone home.
Yeah, I would have too. Now, I realize some of these are teenagers, blah, blah, blah. It's a small town. They're like, this is the only job I can get, da-da-da-da-da. A lot of people ate the ice cream.
If you're a parent and you find out about that,
you're pissed.
I'm beating the you-know-what out of somebody when I see them at work.
I'm waiting until they fire the guy, and then I'm beating his ass. Then I'm suing Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
By the way, I don't think the guy's gotten his ass beat, but people are suing Dairy Queen because parents found out.
Yeah.
Because some of the kids had to go to the ER.
Like, does it say what kind of cleaning solution it was? I mean, it wasn't just probably like Windex.
It wasn't. Don't eat Windex.
It probably had bleach in it, right?
Something bad.
Had bleach in it.
Because some of the kids reported like a burning sensation when they ate it.
Because you can technically drink Windex and there's nothing, you won't hurt you.
It might give you.
Don't ask me how. Oh, yeah, you'll get the runs.
It might give you diarrhea.
Cha-cha-cha.
So, but yeah.
No, I'm beating the crap out of somebody.
I'm mad. I am like transported there by anger alone. I don't need a car. I don't need to walk. I'm floating there on an anger balloon.
Colby, you and me are going there. You're going to hold him down. I'm going to hold his mouth open, and I'm pouring drain cleaner down his throat.
You know what? I'm not doing any of that. All I'm doing is whipping his ass until he knows.
Oh, he'll know as soon as we get there.
So, no, I mean like really know. Like never forget.
Please always remember and don't ever forget what happened to you tonight.
Ever forget. And there you go, guys. That's news and notes, everybody.
Wow, Colby. Thank you for news and notes. Outstanding as always, Colby. An outstanding job as always for you. We would like to thank Turf Life, Golf Central Magazine, and all of our other great sponsors. Look for more sponsors coming on soon, by the way, because our illustrious leader, Johnny Gerber, is hard at work to bring you a more a better and improved fan stream sports, a.k.a. The Clam, right here in Dallas, Tampa, Columbus, and the outlying outposts, possibly Phoenix coming soon, maybe even Los Angeles coming soon, as we are expanding our brand nationwide, border to border and coast to coast, Colby.
Woo!
We are Fan Stream Sports, The Clam. Can't stop saying The Clam. We will be back on Monday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show. We'll have more fun for you, more sports talk, more lipstick vegan stories for you. And definitely more news and notes, because you only get that here from Colby Sapp on FanStream Sports and the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.